Hello guys and welcome back. In today's video we are gonna be building a nice effect, zoom in effect with transition, and we are also going to display details for an image. So when you hover over a card like this, you can see that the background it contains an image and which gets zoomed in, and we are also going to display a message over it, or details message. So let's see. Let's get ready for this. First, I'm going to create a container for our card. So we are going to create a div with the class of card. Then we need to create our image. For this image, I already have this link that I've added, so just like that, add an src for your image. Then we need to build the actual details. We are going to create a div with the class of masks, and inside it mask we are going to have an h2 with text of programmer, and inside this we are going to have a paragraph with HTML. It's not a programming language. And let's close this paragraph. You can see how it looks. It doesn't look like that good, so let's go ahead and style this. First we need to create our card class. We need to give it a position of relative because we want to use the position absolute for the details masks, for the detail masks, so we can actually do the transition and all of the stuff. So you can see it in a bit. So we also give it an overflow of hidden. Okay, we are using overflow hidden because when we are going to move the mask, the details, those details, we are going to move it down, and we don't want to see them inside of this image at first. And we also need to give it a width of let's say 100 pixels and the height of 80 pixels. Okay, now we need to style our image. So card image, we are gonna give it a width of 100% and the height of 100%, so it's spread throughout our container card. And then we have to style our mask, so card mask, and we are going to give it a position of absolute. Then we are going to move it down by 100%. We also need to give the width 100% and the height 100%, so it's spread throughout our container. First, let's make this card container a little bit bigger. So 200% for the width, 200 pixels for the width, and 160 pixels for the height. So this is how it looks. You can see in the DOM we have something. Let's see, more tools, developer tools. Let's inspect this so you can see how it looks. We have our card, then our mask. So you can see the mask, it uses the top position, and we give it a value of 100%. That means that it is going to go right after our card. Okay, and now if we add the hover and also select the mask when we hover over the card, and also select the mask. We are gonna give it a top position of 0, and when you hover it, you can see that we have our card. So now we also have to give it our mask a background color of black. Okay, and you can see now we can see through it, so we also have to give it an opacity of 0.8. Now we can see through it, but we don't see our text because it's black, so we have to add a color of just white. Now we should see our text. We also need to just leave it like that. Okay, but let's center it up a little bit. So display, flex, align items, center. So this will center it horizontal, and then justify content center and flex direction center, flex direction column. Okay, and now we should see that it is centered. Let's also center this by adding another div inside our mask. So div class content, okay, we added another content there, another class with another div with a class of content, and then here we have to have card dot mask dot content, and we are gonna give it a width of 600%, and we can see that our content is now centered inside our card. And we can also add the text align center, so now it is also the text is also centered inside our content. Okay, so what we need to do here, we need now to make our image, to zoom in our image. So for this we have to use the transform, but also for the image. So card hover over the image. So when we hover over the image, we are going to use the transform property and scale it by 1.5. So 1.5 of it. So you can see it's scaled, but it's happened very quickly. So we need to add a transition from on the image. Transition 0.2 seconds on all properties, and you can see that we have our transition. Let's increase it a little bit, the duration, so 1 second. So now it's much more smooth. Okay, and we also need to add the radius, border radius. So border radius 5 pixels. I think that should be enough. And also for our card. And that should be it. That's all you need to do to create this nice effect. Well, I think we also need to add that the transition over our mask, because it appears very quickly. So transition 0.2 seconds, 0.2 seconds on all properties. And now you can see it comes from the bottom to the top. So yeah, that's it. I will post the links in the description, so you can also edit this example and play with it, because that's how you learn, by playing. Thank you. and have a nice day. Bye bye.